Hey guys, it's Mrs. Blaylock, and I wanted to share with you that I've had a few parents that have mentioned to me that their child is struggling to read at home, or they're not really wanting to read because they can't decode the words. Well, I thought that if I created a video for you guys that it might help you by giving you some strategies to help your child at home with reading unfamiliar words and multisyllable words. Okay, so it all starts out with our vowels. Okay, the vowels are the most important letters in the alphabet because there's not a single word, as you can look in the word vowel, that does not have a vowel in it. Okay, so vowels can say they're short sounds, vowels can say they're long sounds, or vowels can say schwa sounds. Okay, so this first column represents our short vowels. And we're going to say those sounds. A, I, A. If I was at the Christian school, we would sing the vowel song. A, I, A. A, I, A. I know my short vowels. And then you would have your long vowel sounds. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. I know my long vowels. And then you have your schwa vowels, which are schwa A, schwa E, schwa I, and schwa O. And they all say the short U sound, which is Okay? So like I said, vowels are the most important part of the alphabet because there's not a single word that doesn't have a vowel in it. Okay? And those vowels can help us decode the words. Okay? For example, if there's one vowel sound spelling in a word, then that means that that word's going to have one syllable, as in the word fun or tag or wet. Okay, those words have one vowel sound spelling and they have one syllable. Okay, that goes the same for if a word has two vowel sound spellings, it's going to have two syllables. Okay, so how many vowel sound spellings? Two syllables with one break. Okay, and it continues on. If a word has three vowel sound spellings, it will have three syllables with two breaks. And it continues on with 4 and 5 and 6. Okay, however many vowel sound spellings you see, that is how many syllables the word's going to be. Okay, now so let's talk about the types of syllables. Okay, we have what's called a closed syllable. A closed syllable is when you have a word or a syllable that has a vowel, and I'm going to mark it with a V, that is closed in by consonants. Okay, and when that happens, most of the time that vowel will say its short sound. As in bag, beg, big, bog, bug. Okay, so let's sound it out. G, bug, and the word is bug, and it is a closed syllable because the vowel is closed in by consonants and the vowel says its short sound. Okay, now another type of syllable is called the open syllable. The open syllable is when you have a vowel that is not closed in by consonants and that vowel says its long sound, and we say he's long gone and he says his long sound. A, E, I, O, or U. Okay, so let's look. In this word, we would ask ourselves, how many vowel sound spellings do we see? And we would say 2. I see an I, and I see an ER. Now we call those bossy R vowel sound spellings. When I, E, or U are with R, they say When O is with R, it says or. When A is with R, it says R. Okay, as in the word star. Okay, so we count those as vowel sound spellings. Okay, so we would look between and we would say, hey, I see one consonant between these two vowels. Normally when that happens, we break the word before that consonant, not always, but most of the time. And then this would be considered an open syllable. Okay? So we would say t, I, tie, g, ger. What's the word? Tiger, tiger. And then we could decode the word that way. Now, many kids may say, Miss Blaylock, I know those words. Those are really simple. Well, that's why we're going to do a few more. Okay, so let's look at this word. Okay, so, and I would ask my students, boys and girls, how many vowel sound spellings do you see in this word? And they would say 2. Remember, that means that it's going to have 2 syllables with 1 break. Okay, so we would mark our vowels with a V. Okay, and then we would look between these vowel sound spellings because we know that break is going to be somewhere between those vowel sound spellings because there's only 1 vowel sound spelling per syllable. Okay, so we have 2 consonants, and it just so happens that we have a double consonant. When we have a double consonant that is the same, double means the same, then we always break between those double consonants. Okay, as in the word rabbit. Okay, so let's sound and blend. S, l, I, slip, p, her. Now you'll notice that this I, which is a vowel, is closed in by consonants, and it says it's short sound, slip. Now this syllable, the E doesn't say it's short sound or it's long sound. So this syllable would just be called an outlaw syllable that does not follow the open or closed vowel, syllable rule. Okay, so let's try another word. Okay, boys and girls, moms and dads, how many vowel sound spellings do we see? That's right, there's 2. I see an O here, and I see a blank EY. Now, when blank EY is at the end of a word or syllable, it's going to say the E sound, as in key, or this word, okay? Also, blank Y at the end of a long word also says the long E sound. When blank Y is at the end of a short word, it's going to say the long I, as in the word, let's see, fly, or buy, or shy. Okay, so let's look to see what is between these 2 vowels. It appears I have 2 consonants. Now, they're not double consonants, but they are consonants. So we're going to say that we think this word breaks between the consonants there, those 2 consonants. And let's sound it out. M, ah, n, k, e. Monkey, monkey. Now, you'll notice when Mrs. Blaylock was sounding it out the first time, for this O, I said ah. But when I went to say the word, I didn't say monkey. I said monkey because monkey does not sound right. It's monkey. So in my mind, my brain makes the connection that that is not the word monkey, it's the word monkey. So I would change that to a short O to a schwa. Okay? So we have an outlaw syllable here because even though the O is closed in by consonants, it doesn't say it's ah sound. It's short sound. And here we have an open syllable because the vowel is not closed in by consonants. And it says it's long sound, so it's an open syllable. Okay? So we have, what are these 2 words? Slipper, monkey. Okay? All right, so, those are easy. Let's try some harder ones. Okay, how many vowel sound spellings do we see? I see 3. I see an A. I see a UR. And I see another ER. So I see 2 bossy vowel sound spellings, and I see an A right there. Now, just so you know, we never break between a vowel team or a vowel sound spelling, okay? So, in between these 2 vowels, we see 2 consonants. So, I'm pretty sure we're going to break it here. If we were in the classroom and we weren't quite sure, we would put a dotted line there to say that's where we think it's going to be. If it's a double, we already know for sure, we can draw the line. If we're not sure, then we could put a double line and then play with that word to figure out where we're going to break that word actually. Okay? So here we have 2 vowels with 1 consonant. And we say, normally we break it before it. So, but if we have to move it, we can. So let's see if we can sound it out. A, m, notice this A here is short. It's closed in by consonants, therefore it is a closed syllable. Burr and gur are outlaw syllables because the ERs, those vowel sound spellings, do not say either they're short or they're long. So they're outlaws. Okay? Let's try another word. Okay, so check out this word. Okay? How many vowel sound spellings do we see? I see 3. I see an A, I see an O, and I see another bossy ER. Okay, so between these two vowels, we see 2 S's, and we see an H. Now here we see 2 double consonants, but then another consonant here. So I would think that it goes here, but we're going to check it and see. Okay? Between these 2 vowels, we have a double consonant, so automatically we know we're going to break between those 2 P's. Okay, so let's sound it out and see if we're right. G, r, ass, grass, ah, hop, per, grass, hopper, grasshopper. So we have a vowel here that's short, closed in by consonants. We have a vowel here that's short, closed in by consonants. Both of these are closed syllables, and per is an outlaw. Remember, because the ER is not saying the E or the E. It's saying which is neither closed nor open. Okay? Neither says it's short sound or it's long sound. Okay? So, Miss Blaylock, these words are getting a little bit harder. You think you can do harder ones? I think you can. Parents, don't let these kids fool you. They can read these multisyllable words. They can do it. So let's try some harder ones. Okay, let's look at this word. Again, ask ourselves, how many vowel sound spellings do we see? Okay, well, let's just count. We see an E here, we see an I there, we see an O here. Oh, there's that bossy ER. Okay, so we have a vowel, consonant vowel. Now, normally, we would break before that consonant, so we're just going to put a dotted line there. Between these 2 vowels, I and O, I see a C, so I'm going to put a consonant there. So normally break before that consonant. Okay, here I have 2 consonants, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to break here. Okay, so let's see if we can sound it out. Hell. Now, if this was by itself, it could have been open, so we might could say I, hell, lie, helai, cop, because that would be short, So is it helicopter? Oh, no. So we broke it here when we should have broke it here. And this would be a closed syllable. Helicopter. 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 Okay? So now the reason we moved this line here, because this right here is a closed syllable, and this E says eh. Now, a lot of people in the South might say helicopter. Oh, see, you see that over there? I think I see a helicopter. But it's actually helicopter. Okay, so we would break it between the L and the I. So this E says eh. This I says copter. So we have an open syllable, or no, this one's not an open syllable, I'm sorry. Back up. Closed syllable, outlaw syllable, because that vowel's, even though it does have consonants over here, it's still an I all by itself in a syllable, just eh. So that's an outlaw. Open syllable and outlaw. So it's almost like a pattern, A, B, A, B. Closed syllable, outlaw, closed, outlaw. I'm sorry if I said open, I meant to say closed. Okay, let's try another one. Okay, and again, we would ask ourselves, how many vowel sound spellings do we see? I see an A, another A, an O, and I see an I. So I see 4 vowel sound spellings. That means it's going to have 4 syllables with 1, 2, 3 breaks. Okay, just like this one had 1, 2, 3 breaks and 4 syllables. Okay, so let's look at this one. We see a V, C, V. We see a consonant between these 2 vowels, so most of the time we're going to break it here. And then here we see a V, C, V, and we're going to break it there. And then we have a V, C, V here, so we would break it there. Okay, now remember, if we break it in the wrong spot, all we have to do is move it. Okay, now if we have our line here, remember that's going to tell us that this is most likely going to be an open syllable. So let's just see if we get it right. M, A, may, K, A, K, R, O, ro, N, I, N, may, K, ro, N. That doesn't make sense. Okay, so we must not have broke it in the right spot. So if I was reading this sentence and this word was in the sentence, Mom made me a bowl of this word. What in the world did she make me a bowl of? Not make a row, ne. Oh, I think that this is not an A. I think we should break it here, and that should be a closed syllable. Mac, mac, macaroni, no. No, not maca or maca. Oh, that would be a schwa A that says macaroni. Macaroni, okay? So that just gives you some ideas of how you could help your child with decoding these multisyllabic or multisyllable words. It does take a little bit of practice. It does take a little bit of working and playing with the word. And, you know, sometimes if you have to break out a dictionary or break out your phone and say, Google, help me break apart, you know, this word into syllables, that's okay, because a lot of times, just like in the word helicopter, in the South, we say things differently than how they're pronounced correctly. And that's okay. It's just how we are. So, you know, that just kind of gives you some pointers on how you can help your child with breaking apart the words into syllables. And some of the words don't always follow the rules. So in that case, you would just tell your child the word, because that word is most likely a sight word that does not follow the word or the rules of open or closed. And, you know, as you see here, we had some outlaw syllables. So, let me see. One thing I do want you to remember is that when you have a blend like CR or BL, those blends stay together, okay? So don't break between a blend, and don't break between a vowel team that goes together, okay? Like we had EY here, we would never break between that EY or that ER, because they're a team, they stick together, okay? So you couldn't break them apart, okay? So that just kind of gives you some ideas. And I have seen some friends that will use a different strategy. I know that, you know, I pretty much showed you the strategy that I use, but this is a strategy that's called spot them and dot them. Okay, spot those vowels and dot them. And somewhere between there, you're going to break it. Okay, so if you break it here, it would be hey, happy, no. Double consonants, let's try it there. Closed syllable, happy, happy. Okay, so that's just called spot them and dot them. And that would just help you to know that somewhere between those two vowels, those vowel sound spellings, that you would have to break the word. So, or break the syllable. So I hope that this helped you guys. Hope I didn't confuse anybody. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to text me, to call me, FaceTime me, Zoom me. Whatever you need to do. Okay? Have a great day, guys.